Hey everybody, good day. Today we're going to be trying to solve Manchester United out, and what we're trying to do is a full clear out of both the squad and of the staff. As you can see, we have a idea of who's in the squad so far, and if you take a quick look at things, it's not so great. There's a lot of players in here that I don't really think are going to be able to challenge Manchester City, for example, or Bayern Munich at the highest level. And the idea is we're going to use this save to go through it together, move some of the dead wood, if you like, and make some good signings in the transfer market. There's a lot of players on extremely high wages that have got a decent value we're going to get rid of. And if you look for a team report, they basically say that you need more goalkeeper depth and more depth at left back. I think that's a little bit optimistic because, as you can see from the recent Champions League result, we are absolutely trash compared to the top teams in football. So when I'm using the editor where I can sell players quickly without going through the glazers who may block transfers, Brandon Williams is okay, but I think he'll be a lot better at Norwich. I'm looking for a world-class left or right back. I don't think Brandon Williams really fits the bill for me personally. Wan-Bissaka, similar story. Excellent defensively at times, slides around a lot, but I want someone better. And let's say that Inter Milan really take a fancy to him and they buy him for 50 million. Keep Varane, keep Donny van de Beek. Axel Tuanzebe, he's not bad. I might remove his injuries and that's it. He's got a little bit of pace, which is good, but he's not the best at tackling. Luke Shaw, his stats, there's not enough green on there for me personally. He's all right, but we don't do all right in this save. Sancho can stay. Rashford, I've really not been pleased with Rashford this season and last. So we're actually going to raise a bit of money for him and move him on to Inter Miami. Let's say Inter Miami are really impressed by him off the pitch predominantly, and they want to pay not 450 million, 45 million, and maybe he'll be back to his former glory playing for Inter Miami. Next up, we have Paul Pogba. Now, I think Paul Pogba will not be renewing a contract this season. Let's say he goes to Paris Saint-Germain. He'll be going to PSG on a free. Probably get a nice big wage because he's not going to pay a transfer fee. We're going to move him on, sadly, and trying to replace the hole he will be leaving behind in the United team. Next to Evangelos Pereira. He's only 24, but again, his stats aren't really world class. He's not a PSG type player. I think Newcastle would benefit from him though. So in this save, I'm going to make Newcastle basically raid United and buy all of our players that I don't want. So 10 mil, I think for Pereira is fair. Scott McTominay is another one. He's not a world-class player. He's been really poor this season, if you ask me. He's not been great tackling. I think 16 is too high for him on the game, so I've sold him to Newcastle. Nemanja Matic, I'm going to move Nemanja Matic on. I think he'd be okay at a team like Burnley, to be honest. He was a great player for Chelsea, but I don't think he's really cut out for it anymore at United. So 10 mil is a fair figure. So we've probably got about 135 million or so far at the moment from these players. Anthony Martial, I like those three stats, dribbling, finishing and first touch, I'm going to keep him. Harry Maguire's been dreadful this season. I think for 80 mil, he's not worth it and we paid a big English tax. I think the stats on him here are generous. I'm going to basically nerf him quite a bit. I think he's really not who I'm looking for in my team. I want an elite centre-back that has won a lot of things, i.e. Champions Leagues, World Cups. Even a Europa League or 3 would be nice. So I'm going to nerf his stats. You might say it's unfair, but he's cost us too many goals this season and the previous. So we're going to move him on. I'm not sure who's going to take him, to be fair. I mean, would it be Newcastle? This is really poor. His natural fitness, I don't think is great. He did play every game last season, but I think now he's just not cut out to be that fast defender that can win the headers. He can jump in the air, but he doesn't win enough headers or head on target. So I'm going to move on to Leicester again. Let's say he goes back to Leicester for 25 mil. I think that's fair. Jesse Lingard, again, he's not really impressed me at all. He scored a few really important goals, but we're looking for world-class players in this team. Players that have either got amazing potential or are currently great. So 10 mil move him on. Phil Jones, he's not a bad player as a backup, but he's not going to be a first teamer. Remove his injury, keep Lindelof. Dean Henderson would be a great first choice goalkeeper for Newcastle, I think. So 30 mil, let's move him on. Lee Grant's 37, I want a young backup. So we're going to terminate his contract. Fred, he plays well once in 6. I think you know where he's going to go to at this point. It's a team very, very much to the north. Barry Hills has been made up by the game. So Stephen. I don't even have enough players in the squad at this point. Diego Dalot, let's move him back from his loan. Keep Ronaldo, obviously. And the rest of the players are not bad. So that was the main playing squad clear out. What we have next to do is the staff. So what I'm going to try and do is replace the staff with world-class staff. Nick Cox is okay. Richard Harris is okay. Kieran McKenna is actually manager of Ipswich. We're going to move him on. So we're going to go through all these staff, and basically what I've done is I've basically checked to see if they've got good stats or not. And if the stats are bad, I've just done a terminate contract through the editor. You could probably just release them with a mutual termination because he's just joined the club, but let's be efficient. We'll just get rid of them all. Save us confirming it and get rid of them. So our first step in the transfer market was for Joshua Kimmich. He would be a fantastic right back or even a CDM for us. Great attributes. Work rate, passing, that kind of thing, as well as tackling. They accept £80 million for him. So he'd be a fantastic player to play either left back or right back or CDM. So this Zakari was recently bought by Juventus for £6 million. Instead of that, I'm going to buy him for £6 million. And what I'm looking for here is someone that can tackle. Tackling and work rate. That isn't Scott McTominay. I think Zakari is a much better player. Tactics with a gegenpress. I think a lot of people love to play the 4-3-3 DM wide. I do as well. We'll probably have a ball-winning midfielder. When we go to pressing forward at the top, it will be Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo himself. Jadon Sancho will play on the right. On the left, I'm not sure at the moment. We may replace, Palestri with somebody. I think Nkunku is a good player over at RB Leipzig. And Nkunku is quite versatile. He can play off the left, in the middle, off the right, even attacking midfielder centre. So we're going to make it up for Nkunku. So on 46 mil, I think 41 mil is probably much more fair. And let's bring on Zakaria to play in that CDM position as a ball-winning midfielder. Very popular, very important role. Donny van de Beek will play there. As an attacking player, we're going to go with Bruno Fernandes. So yeah, let's just make sure the roles are set up. I like to use personalised, so when I move to play in that position, he'll have the correct role. So yeah, Bruno, Van de Beek and Zakaria. Left back will be Alex Telles. Right back, I'm not sure about that just yet. And then we're going to play Varane with Lindelof for now at centre back. And goalkeeper will be David De Gea. He's had a lot of stick, De Gea, but I think he's been a player of the year for too many years to be ignored. We're going to go with De Gea for now. And yeah, let's try and get a better right back and left back than whoever our backup is at the moment, probably Palestri or Diallo. So RB Leipzig have got a lot of good players actually. If you go through their squad, you'll see there's plenty of them with large amounts of potential, current ability, and they don't cost too much either. And I think they are a top 4 side in the Bundesliga. Their best player, or their most valued player, is this guy, Josko. Josko has great potential, tackling, strength. He's only 18. Unfortunately, want far too much money for me, so we'll ignore that one. Then we have Sabitzer, he's okay. Conrad, I think Conrad will make for an excellent right back and even a CDM. Again, tackling, teamwork and work rate. And it's got to be a good engine horse for the team. Now, that's for 20 mil, I go with 17. Dominic is a very high potential Hungarian player that can play off the left wing or centrally. They won 148 million, so no thanks. Amadou Hadara, another apparently really good box-to-box midfielder. See what they want for him. 67 mil, that's far too much for my budget. Finally, Tchouameni. It's quite hard to spell his name, but I get there eventually. Tchouaméni would be another one that's going to be a good box-to-box midfielder. And let's see how much you'd like for him. So they only want 13.5 mil, which would be a loss from what they bought him for in the first place. So we make that offer. Remember, what I'm trying to do is get a lot of players that are elite or world class, or potential to be. I also want backups. So someone like Nathan Bishop, for example, he can be the backup for now while I get someone else. Anthony Elanga's been doing really well this season. I'm going to promote him to the senior squad. Garnacho's been doing well as well in the 23s, so it's remove all of his injuries. I think Ronaldo will be a fantastic mentor. You know, imagine having Ronaldo as your literal mentor. That'd be incredible. And I think Elanga would really benefit from him. Sancho as well would benefit. I'm trying to think of all the attacking players that can really follow in Ronaldo's footsteps. Wouldn't it be great if Elanga became the next Ronaldo? So we've got quite a big squad when you include under 18 23s. Juan Mata's got good stats, but I think he's past it personally. So we're going to release him on a free transfer. And we're going to terminate the loan of Pellistri and promote him to the senior squad. Another good character in the squad will be Raphael Varane. He's won World Cups, he's won Champions Leagues. It'd be really nice to have Varane as a mentoring player. Zakaria, Varane, basically all the players that I care about that will be playing defensively. Yes, including Phil Jones, the meme lord himself. De Gea's got some concerns to let Brandon Williams go. Frankly, I'm not too bothered by this concern, and their concern of depth, because I don't have many players. They'll get over it when I replace them. Joshua Kimmich isn't interested, so let's go with David Alaba. Now, I know Alaba went to Real Madrid in real life, but in this save, he actually hasn't yet. And let's see if we can actually buy him for a reasonable amount. And again, Alaba can play right back, left back, and CDM. Now, the press are on my back saying, oh, why do you let these players go? I don't really care for the press at this point. We're going to focus on building out the team and not pandering to the newspapers and tabloid agents. We don't do gossip. Code of conduct. It's going to be 2 weeks for absolutely everything. If you step out of line, I'll personally be finding the player and going from there. Tchouaméni doesn't want to join our club. However, David Alaba does. Star player and vice captain. I got over default options in this time. And the reason is I've got so much spare money now from letting go people like Paul Pogba, Harry Maguire, and Rashford. And now I can finally introduce Diaron Pellistri to the mentoring group. I guess because I didn't press continue yet. So they will be taught by Ronnie. Meet the players. I don't want to make any promises for now. Let's qualify for the Champions League, which is top 4, and reach the latter stages. And again, the latter stage of the FA Cup. And code of conduct is there. Thank you and good night. So nice and simple. Oh, press conference, Zakaria. Do you like Zakaria? Yes, I think most people go with my options here, which is just number 1 or number 2. I think everything else is usually negative, so 1 and 2 is the habit. Now, the good news is the Conrad offer is accepted. He wants to be a squad player and he wants to play as a CDM. No, actually, Conrad, I've got plans for you at right back. And he's very adamant on 68 grand a week how his agent is. Like I say, whatever, I've got so much money left over, I can afford to pay that. So, staff search. What I decided to do here is go through and find an assistant manager. And I want to also look at anyone that's got really high judging playability and potential for a director of football role. So I'm looking for people like Ralph Ragnick, Aurelio Pereira. I think I go with Ralph Ragnick in the end. And Teddy Sheringham as my attacking coach. She's got such high attacking stats. This other geezer as a technical coach. And I'm spread it up because I'm just basically figuring out who I can get rid of, who I can bring in, and how I can set up my scouting. For scouting, if you go and watch Zealand's videos on scouting and wiring the world, you'll see what I'm trying to do here. Now, tactics, we're going to set up 3. You should always set up at least, well, you should always set up 3. We're going to have wing play and probably a counter-attack as the 3rd tactic. The wing play one will be when we're definitely winning. Gegenpress will be for the reasonably tough games. Counter-attack will be for when we have the lead. Then the Kunku does want to come, which is great. He wants to just be a squad player for now. And I say, yeah, okay, that's fine. And his agent's a bit permissive. And finally I can confirm the signing of David Alaba as well. I then go to the board and say, can you please improve youth recruitment? And by the way, can you improve the junior coaching budget? I confirm the signing of Ralph Ragnick. I get a new head of youth. And I get Conrad, which is brilliant. So we're really starting to flesh out the squad and the staff at this point. Captains, it'll be Cristiano Ronaldo with David Alaba as the agreed vice captain. That was in his contract. We signed the Kunku and I say, you know what? I want a left winger as well, maybe as a backup player. So I use my chief scout to suggest inside forwards and also wingers. So we've got Cornet, we've got Richarlison, we've got Ansu Fati, who we all know, Soteldo and Dwight McNeil. Soteldo's stats aren't bad at all, and he'll be affordable, so I decided to scout him. And I get a recommendation for Lautaro Martinez. So keep in the back of your mind, Lautaro Martinez. Bruno's a bit angry that I stripped him as vice captaincy. Hopefully he gets over it when we start winning on the pitch. You never know, maybe David Alaba will be injury prone and I'll just play Bruno as my VC anyway. Victor Lindelof. I want a better centre-back. I think Bastoni was quite good at the World Cup. He's over 21. He's got decent stats. But they are only decent. He's not yet, pushing 15, 16 plus for attributes. I do wonder as well how much going to be charging for Bastoni. Don't want to sell him for cheap. He's got good height, good heading, good marking, good teamwork, decent tackling. Only decent and a little bit of pace. And we don't want to sell him. So I'm in 2 minds here about getting Bastoni or not. So how much do you want for him? 30 mil? 93. That's a joke. I'm not paying 93 mil for a 21-year-old centre-back. Koulibaly, right? This was one of the players that Mourinho wanted to buy. As we all know, Mourinho always makes fantastic recommendations, just like when we bought Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal. I think 41 mil for him is fair, and he is literally an elite centre-back. So it'd be nice to get him partnered with Varane. Now, the Kunku can play left wing, and let's try and get the contract going for Koulibaly, which the offer is accepted. It's quite a high salary, 275 grand. Big agent fee, big sign-on fee, 4-year contract. Let's see, 250 per week. Yep, that's fair. So hopefully we're going to get Koulibaly to play with Varane. I also want to make sure the transfer budget is as big as can be. I cancel these friendlies because why would I want to be playing Salford and Preston? I'll be playing teams that will challenge us. And I make sure my tactics are set up correctly as well. I want to play wide. I want to run out defence. Got some good dribblers, be more expressive. And then in transition, I want to distribute to our fullbacks. So I'll get David Alaba and Conrad running up the pitch. Out of possession, use tighter marking. Now, Soteldo has been scouted. Good dribbling, good flair. I like that. He's only 23. He'll probably get a work permit. So, you know what? For 12 mil-ish, let's give him a try. I think Soteldo and the Kunku would be awesome. Kalidou Koulibaly is going to come. And there you go. Scouted Martinez. Confirmed to be awesome. Around 60 mil. Good finishing, good first touch. Good in big games. Brave, hard-working, good off the ball. Imagine if we had some good crosses coming in. And he just picks them up as like a poacher. I also get a recognition here for Idrissa. Now, Idrissa Gueye is tearing up for PSG. He's got good tackling ability. I think he'd be a really good backup central defensive midfielder. Good news for us is that he does want to join the club as a regular starter. You won't be a regular starter, I'll tell you that for free. But if someone gets injured, you will be. So let's go with Idrissa as our backup CDM. They want £69 million for Arturo Martinez. Bit expensive, let's try 67. And also, Soteldo offer accepted, so we're getting 3 players, hopefully. 59 grand a week, acceptable. His negative is he's not very tall. Okay, well, neither is Lionel Messi. Let's try and get Gay. Gay's been offered on by Juventus as well, and Inter Milan are stalling for Arturo Martinez. Harry Kane's been recommended, no thanks. They accept our offer for Arturo Martinez. He only wants about 150 grand a week, which is fine by me. A nice 5-year contract. And also Bayern Munich making an offer for Luke Shaw, which is wonderful. You don't want to join them, so basically say, you know what, mate? I think you should go. And you're going to get more game time there, so please go. And then it turns out Andy Shaw says, give me 1.5 mil and I'll let him go. I'm not going to accept your ransom, mate, so I'll reject that payoff. That's ridiculous. Just recap of the transfers so far. We've got Alaba coming in, Koulibaly, Nkunku, Van der Beek, and Idrissa, Lema, and Zakaria. And outbound, obviously, Wan-Bissaka, Rashford, Hendo, Maguire, McTominay, Dan James, Fred, Brandon Williams, Lingard, all the players I don't really think are going to do a good job at United. First game of the season, it's a friendly against Milan. Here's my lineup so far. As you can see, we've got Nkunku on the left, we've got Koulibaly on the left centre-back position. You've already seen the tactics, and here we go. There's our lineup. Ronaldo's going to be the main man. Yep, of course he is. Who else is it going to be? Their team, Ibrahimovic up front. Here's David Alaba running down the left. Pass it to Bruno. Bruno crosses it in. Sancho with a great goal there. Easy peasy. That's after 37 minutes. It was about even so far. Here we've got Sancho running down the right wing. Everyone's pushing forwards. Sancho with the cross. Bruno with the header. There you go. 2-0. 38 minutes. About a minute after. Give him a bit of praise for that as well. 46 minutes now. Beneka just skips over the tackle. Calabria to Kessie. Kessie passes it. Kessie comes back to him. Oh, what a goal. That was beautiful, wasn't it? 25-yard screamer. Right into the corner. Now Jones to Fernandes. Fernandes, Van der Beek. Cavani, Cavani to Paleski. Look at him bombing forwards. There's a shot himself just wide. After half-time, I brought on about 6 or 7 subs just to make sure everyone's getting the sharpness up. We got a throw on the left by Tellez. It's cleared out by Milan. It falls to Eric. Eric to Phil Jones. Look at him driving forward like a madman to Paleski to Van der Beek. Paleski's here again. Crosses it to Bruno. Nice shot. Paleski on the rebound. Clinical of that. He kept going just in case there's a rebound. Good football intelligence. 3-1 now. I'm playing on the counter-attack. It's 88 minutes gone. What an header by Giroud. He jumped like a salmon. It was a Ronaldo-esque header. And then stoppage time. Bruno with a cross. Out for a goal kick. It should be the final whistle. It is. Final whistle. 3-2. So in our first game, would have been nice to not concede, but there you go. And yeah, Paleski Fernandes really well. Jadon Sancho, top performer. Key passes and key interceptions. Jadon Sancho and Nkunku doing well there. Idrissa Gueye, 5 interceptions as well. Brilliant. Liking that. For the second half, sub, he's done really well. And quite a bit more XG as well. 164 versus 0.95. Hands in pockets. Yeah, I was pleased. Clean sheet next time though, please guys. And that's it. That'll wrap things up for this episode. I hope you enjoy this series. I do plan to make quite a few more videos just like this one. We're going to continue this save, win a few more games hopefully. We will try to finish off the transfers of Arturo Martinez, Soteldo and Idrissa in the next episode. And hopefully make a really good start to the Premier League season. The first game's against Arsenal. We've got a little friendly to do against Bayern Munich, not a bad team to play against, and there'll probably be about 5 to 10 games in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Bye for now.